Pentecost didn't happen to start a movement. Pentecost was a radical expression of Jesus Christ. Pentecost was the divine relocation of God. In the Old Testament, as God related to people, He was with them, He came upon them, He talked to them, and places were sacred. There were sacred buildings, sacred utensils. There were all kinds of sacred things. But now, at the day of Pentecost, in the divine relocation of God, He came to dwell in the hearts of men. He doesn't hide in dark buildings anymore. He is now living in the hearts of men and women. He is now living in the lives of people. He has now come to live inside of us. It's the divine relocation of God. We have been born of the Spirit. Now we are sacred. Regardless of where we go, regardless of what we do, we are sacred. We really belong to God, because where the presence of God is, it is sacredness. So we are sacred people. And we have been separated unto Him, because now our spirit has become alive, our triune being has got into balance, spirit, soul and body, and now we are connecting to God in a dimension that they had never connected before. They are connecting to God like the prophets of old did not connect. They're connecting to God like the people under the law did not connect. And now we are living in an incredible dispensation, because the dispensation of grace is the dispensation of the indwelling presence of the Holy Spirit. That's why the encouragement and the exhortation of the Scriptures is, do not be drunk with wine, but be filled with the Spirit. And of course that word in the Greek is a continuous present word, which means continuously allowing the Holy Spirit to keep filling us. The Holy Spirit is not filling us to give us just nice feelings, to make us feel fluttery and happy. The Holy Spirit has come specifically to meet us in the very deep recesses of our being, the part of us that is made for God. And when we go back to what we were talking about in the Gospel of John, and they couldn't understand, that revelation now becomes clearer. And yet today, what people are doing today is that people are still searching the same way as those that is the people of God, the way that those people searched before they came to Christ. Because what happened to man when he was born dead to God in the Spirit, he then began to look for his needs to be met from the outside, the needs that only God could meet from the inside. And so therefore man would go looking to try and meet the vacuum within that Pascal talked about. And he was trying to meet those needs. Some met them through career. Some met them through money and power. Some met them through alcoholism. Some tried to meet them through drugs. Some people would meet them through trying to bleed and milk relationship. Some people would try to do it through knowledge. People were trying to meet the need from the outside that Christ could only ever meet from the inside. That's why when Jesus was with them, He was meeting need on the outside. They could talk to Him on the outside. They could share with Him on the outside. They could converse with Him on the outside. They could feel good communicating on the outside. But He had to go away so that there could be a divine relocation, that He could come on the inside, because as long as He was with them, then He could never come to be in them. That's why the revelation of this end time is Colossians 1:27, Christ in me, the hope of glory. Christ in me is the only hope of God ever getting glory out of me. And so now we have Christ dwelling and living and working within us. And so now it's still possible, even as believers, that we actually are trying to meet those needs from the outside that Christ can only meet from the inside.